Dustin White Grass. My Blackfoot name is Fine Looking Young Man. My great grandmother raised me, or not, helped raise me, and she gave me that name. She uh, she was 100. They said she was 105 or 106 winters. But then there's other reports where they said that she lived through 114 winters. Her name was Grandma Grounds. Her her bloodline goes all the way up in Canada, down into the Browning area. That's where I come from. The White Grass, the Rads at the Door. I come from the different societies throughout the, when I was growing up. I was part of my family is part of the Greenwood Burner Society, the Slipfoot Society. We've had members in the Crazy Dogs and the Brave Dog Societies. So those are the things that I'm very proud of. Very proud to be a Blackfoot man, and carry that tradition. That I want to be a leader, and coming here has opened up my mind to pursue that. He said, there's this place called the Y. Have you ever heard of it? And I said, no. I said, what is it? What do you do? He said, well, these are the services they offer. They have childcare, and the lady was like, you know what? This is what it does for me. She's like, I lived in Missoula for forever. She said, but the Y is like, it's like it's kind of magical. She said, because you can go there and you can drop your kids off and you can work out and the stress leaves your body, and next thing you know, when you see your kids, you just feel better. She's like, I couldn't imagine a better feeling. She said, as a mother, and I said, and I looked at my ex-wife, and we're not together anymore. And I looked at her, and I could just see her, like, oh, I don't know about that, I don't know, like about leaving my kids with strangers. And then that lady, I think she immediately sensed that, and she was kind of an older lady too. She walked up, she's like, it's gonna be okay. She's like, their childcare is really good there. She's like, they'll take care of your babies. She's like, they really will. She said, and if you're feeling like that way right now, she said, you probably need this. She said, you probably need like a de-stressor in your life. And so we came here that next day, and we walked in, and everybody just, didn't look at. We were expecting for people just to always just look at us, because that's how we kind of had been treated in Missoula up to that point. And it was because of I know it was because we were native, because of our brown skin. Like that stereotypical, like that look. Like the prejudice and racism. That wall for us was always up. But when we came here, nobody even acknowledged that. And we just walked in like nobody blinked an eye. And I thought to myself, wow, that's nice. That's nice. And we both looked at each other, introduced ourselves at the front desk, and we said, this lady referred us here. And they said, oh yeah, she's been a member here for like, I don't know, years. We can't even count the years now. And they said, well, what would you like to do? And I said, well, we want to work out. We were told you guys have really good childcare. I said, so we kind of have an issue of leaving our kids, or just with anybody. And they said, well, no, the childcare is right there. And so they immediately walked us over there, introduced us to the ladies in there, and the old lady came over, and she's like, oh, this such, like just pinched my daughter's cheeks. My daughter was like looking at her like, who is this? And they just hit it off. I could see it right there. And I looked at my wife at the time, and I said, it'll be okay. She said, yeah, it is. And she said, so how long are we allowed to have them here? And she said, well, they're allowed for 2 hours. And she said, and then you have to stay in the building, and if there's any problems, we'll come and find you. And if they get sick, or it's like we have policies against biting, getting a little out of sorts. So it's just like, but she's like, we got really good providers here. She said, so we're very attentive, And she said, and we're good, we're all certified in what we do. She said, so you're good. She's like, go out there and and explore. And she said, here we got him from here. And then my daughter was just like, my oldest daughter. She said, Dad, can I go play? And this little girl came over and she grabbed my daughter's hand and she just kind of led her away. It's like she was like a little angel. Just led her, and immediately my daughter just went and played, and my little one was still kind of tiny, and uh, we walked out, and we were walking out, and my wife, she was like, I don't know if I can do this, and I was like, come on, and the lady's like, get out of here, just go. She's like, just you're gonna be okay. So we left and we walked around and we given a little tour of this facility, and I told myself, man, this is nice. This is really nice. And they introduced us to all the people. One of the first people I met here was Dennis Bender. He was like, he was at that point, I think he was on his he was starting his weight loss journey. And so he introduced me to pretty much he kind of took the reins from the guy downstairs, showed us everything, and then just made us feel really comfortable. And that was the first person that really felt like that really made me feel really welcomed here. He was like an old cousin, like one of those old uncles that like to kind of rib you and tease you a little bit. And I think he knew I think he knew that we were a little apprehensive about being here. So his way of welcoming us, was he must have had some native friends because he teased us, and then if within like our native culture, teasing is like a way to kind of really bring your what would you say, like create a relationship with somebody, a trusting relationship where you can let those guards down. So we were about an hour and a half into our workout, and then we went and we swam. And oh no, we before we ended our workout, we were like, we should take our babies swimming. So we took our babies swimming. We got ready, got our babies, got them all ready, and we took them out to the pool. And I was like, we got introduced to the lifeguards and got into the pool, and our kids just had a ball. Just were happy. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I wasn't in survival mode. I was just in the moment, and I could see that in my family. And I was like, man, we're gonna come back here. So the whole time from that beginning stages of our life here in Missoula, we would stay here till 10 o'clock at night, and we would literally shut this place down and be the last ones out. A lot of those times is because we just felt like, it was like we were getting to know each other again. And what a more awesome feeling to know that, this place helped create that. And it helps sustain it. I've been a member here since 2006, somewhere around there. That was the first time I paid dues here, and it was because I probably wouldn't have did it, but they have they have that scholarship, that sliding scale fee, and allowed me to utilize that payment system to stay a member. And even if that was like a little late, they would always understand. And I wasn't always late with the payment, but when I was late, they'd be like, hey, don't worry about it. We'll get you taken care of. Um, because after that, we had ventured out to different places in Missoula, different health clubs, and they just weren't for us. We always gravitated back here. Our membership was always active, but we wanted to try different places just to see what it was like, exploring and whatnot. But they never did have the atmosphere that was comfortable for us. Why not share what this place has? Because I believe that's what the YMCA is all about. It's about like it really creates a foundation for communities to be active within the community. And you can see, like, because I've been a part of the fundraising efforts when I was first here. I did fundraising not 2 years consecutively, or was it? I think it was 2 years consecutively. But that really brought me out into the community, and I was able to talk to people and share with them the things that the Y does, like the after school programs and whatnot. But we were like, so I even coached basketball here for. I coached my daughters here. I coached soccer teams. Um, and that inclusiveness, I thought to myself, oh, man, I want to show, I want to show myself that I could do this, and I want to lean on my community, and let them know that they're important too. So I'd like this time to thank the Y for helping me realize that my own dream.